प्रिय विद्यार्थियों, आज हम डीएनए के पुनरावृत्ति पर अध्ययन करेंगे। व्हाट इज डीएनए रेप्लिकेशन? डीएनए रेप्लिकेशन इज द मल्टीप्लिकेशन ऑफ डीएनए or the duplication of DNA by which we can get a copy of the same. The central dogma of molecular biology hypothesis was given by F.S.C. Crick in 1961, says that DNA converts into RNA and RNA converts into protein. There is universal flow of information. The formation of DNA from DNA is called as replication. Formation of RNA from DNA is called as transcription, and formation of protein from RNA is called as translation. The process of transcription, when reversed, where RNA is converted into DNA, then it is called as reverse transcription. Basically, this process was discovered by Temin and Baltimore in cancer viruses, which says that there are some enzymes which are called as reverse transcriptase converts RNA into DNA. Now, DNA replication is a biological process that occurs in all living organisms and copies their exact DNA. It is basis for biological inheritance. The replication is the process of synthesis of daughter DNA from parental DNA by the enzyme DNA polymerase. So, DNA से DNA की नई कॉपी बनाना, उसी की एग्जैक्ट कॉपी बनाना डुप्लीकेशन या रेप्लिकेशन कहलाता है, और यह DNA पोलीमरेज एंजाइम की उपस्थिति के अंदर होता है. हियर DNA then it in the presence of nucleotide phosphate, it is lengthened DNA N+1 and PPI is given out. In DNA replication, we see in this slide that there is a daughter strand forming with the parental strand, and the copy of whole of the DNA progresses as the DNA winds up. A reaction in which daughter DNA are synthesized using the parental DNA as template, transferring the genetic information to the descendant generation with a high fidelity. So, parental DNA replicates, then two copies of the parental DNA in the form of daughter DNA is obtained. There are three possible replication patterns that how DNA replicates. One is semi-conservative replication, another is conservative replication, and third is dispersive replication. We can see in the diagram that how we can explain the replication of DNA, that it occurs in which manner. In semi-conservative replication, the one strand remains old and another strand formed is new. So, two different strands, one is original and another is newly synthesized. It is called as semi-conservative replication. Then second method is the conservative replication. In conservative replication, the whole strand of original DNA conserved and totally two new strands of DNA are synthesized. Then it is called as conservative replication. Third is dispersive replication, in which an DNA is replicated in the haphazard manner and the newly synthesized DNA fragments are found in both parental and daughter strands. So, it is mixed type of replication in which DNA is formed in pieces at parental and daughter strand. Each parental strand serves as a template for a new strand, and the two new DNA strands each have one old and one new strand is formed as in semi-conservative replication. Characteristic of replication: replication is semi-conservative. It is proved by the experiment which we will discuss later on. Then replication is bidirectional. It takes place in both the directions, 5 days, 3 days, and 3 days, 5 days, and it is semi-continuous replication. It is not continuous on one strand, whereas it is continuous on other strand. Messels and Stahl in 1958 has made an experiment which shows that DNA replicates in the semi-conservative mode. In this experiment, they used heavy nitrogen, that is N15, in the medium, and the original parental molecule is replicated in cesium chloride density gradient. Then, after the first generation, they have found that the formation of hybrid DNA, in which one strand contains N14 in the nucleotides, whereas another strand contains N15 in the nucleotides. So it proves that the newly synthesized strands containing N15, which were given by us in the medium, and when it is banded in second generation, you can see here as the one is a light, that is a N14 generation, another is N15 generation, and one is N14 generation. So here we can say that in the semi-conservative mode of replication, one strand remains original and another strand's form is always new. So here we can see in the first round the hybrid DNA is formed, one strand old and one strand new. Then in the second round we can see that both the strands are separated. One is hybrid and another is totally new. That is replication of the another strand which is already formed new, and this process goes on in the third round. Here in the example, it has been shown that how DNA is formed in 5 days, 3 days direction, and the DNA strands winds up and DNA is formed progressively in the next process. Half of the parental DNA molecule is conserved in each double helical model, and with it is a newly synthesized complementary strand paired with it. This is called as semi-conservative replication. So replication of DNA is always semi-conservative. Now replication of DNA is bidirectional, as I have already told. In the upper example, there is unidirectional replication is shown, and in diagram given below, we can see there are two sites where DNA is replicating in both the direction, and this is called as bidirectional replication. Replication starts from unwinding the double-stranded DNA at a particular point called as origin site or origin of replication, followed by the synthesis on each strand. The parental double-strand DNA and two newly formed DNA form a Y-shaped structure called as replication fork. Here replication fork is shown. Both these DNA strands are separated, and the strand on which replication of DNA is continuous is called a leading strand, and the strand on the other side where DNA is formed is in the small fragments. It is called as lagging strands, and such DNA fragments are called as Okazaki fragments. DNA synthesis is always in 5 days, 3 days direction. Now, what are the replication enzymes and proteins which are used by organisms during the process of replication? DNA replication process requires the first enzyme called as DNA polymerase. Matches the correct nucleotide, then joins polymerizes adjacent nucleotide to each other. So DNA polymerase is the main enzyme which is responsible for the replication. Then another enzyme called as helicase. Helicase is the enzyme which unwinds the DNA or melt it. We can see the DNA is in very coiled form, and when there is replication process is there, then it has to be uncoiled so that the strands are get separated, and on which the new strands of DNA are synthesized. The enzyme called is primase. Primase is the enzyme which form RNA primer, or basically it is RNA polymerase which forms RNA primer segments on which DNA polymerase sits, and it deposits DNA nucleotides. Single-stranded DNA binding protein. The another protein which is required in the process of replication is the SSB protein. It keeps the DNA single strand after it has been separated or melted by the helicase enzyme. Both the strands are get separated, and those separated strands are binded by the SSB protein. Chirase, a topoisomerase that relieves torsion strand in the DNA molecule. As we see, when a code is unwinded, still it contains some torsions, so that it cannot remain as straight as we want. So DNA chirase enzyme or topoisomerase enzyme is there, which relieves the tension present in the single stranded separated by the helicase enzyme by cutting both the strands, and the torsion is released, and again they are joined so that the strands remain straight. The ligase enzyme, DNA ligase enzyme, joins adjacent DNA strand together. Then telomerase finishes off the ends of DNA strands in eukaryotes. So in the replication process, these are the enzymes which are shown in the diagram in the slide. DNA protein, that is 50,000 is molecular weight, 1 subunit is there, recognizes origin sequence. DNA B protein, that is DNA helicase, 3 lakh molecular weight is there. It is made up of 6 subunits, unwinds and opens double stranded DNA. DNA C protein, which has 29,000 molecular weight, it is made up of 1 subunit, assists DNA B to bind at origin site. DNA polymerase, it is the main enzyme which synthesizes the new DNA strand. DNA primase, RNA primase, which synthesizes RNA primer, that is 60,000 molecular weight is there. SSB protein, which binds single stranded DNA, 7500 molecular weight is there. DNA chirase, that is 4 lakh molecular weight, relieves torsions in the unwinded DNA strands. DNA polymerase of prokaryote, that is DNA polymerase first. The first DNA dependent DNA polymerase, that is DNA polyfirst, was discovered by Arthur Kornberg in 1958, and DNA polymerase is considered as the Kornberg enzyme also. The Kornberg has got the Nobel Prize in Physiology and Medicine in 1959 for the very important piece of work done by him, that the discovery of DNA polymerase first was done by Arthur Kornberg. Later DNA poly second and DNA poly third were also identified. All of them possesses the following biological activities. They have 5 days, 3 days polymerase activity, then they have the exonuclease activity. Here is the slide. We can see the comparison of DNA polymerase of E. coli, DNA poly first, second and third, structural gene poly A, poly B and poly C, subunits 1 in the polymerase first, 7 in the second, and more or less 10 in DNA polymerase third. Their molecular weight is 1 lakh 3,000, 88,000 and 7 lakh 91,500 molecular weight. Dalton is molecular weight of the DNA polymerase first, second and third. Then 5 days, 3 days, 5 days एक्सोन्यूक्लियस, और कह सकते हैं कि प्रूफ रीडिंग की जो एक्टिविटी है ये तीनों ही एंजाइम के अंदर उपस्थित होती है. एंड 3 days एक्सोन्यूक्लियस एक्टिविटी इज फाउंड इन DNA polymerase first only, not in second and third. The polymerization rate, nucleotide per second, is 16 to 20 by DNA polymerase first, 40 by DNA polymerase second, and 250 to 1000 is by DNA polymerase third. The processivity nucleotide added before polymerization, polymerase enzyme dissociates, is 3,200 by DNA polymerase first, 1,500 by DNA polymerase second, and up to 5 lakh, more than 5 lakh nucleotides. It is DNA polymerase third. So, endonuclease function, exonuclease function. Exonuclease means which removes primer or excise mutated segment from the outside of the DNA segment. And 3 days, 5 days exonuclease activity is also there. Excise mismatched nucleotides, the nucleotides which are found wrongly inserted into DNA strand, they are removed, and new nucleotides of the exact location is inserted between them. DNA polymerase first, mainly responsible for the proofreading and filling the gaps, repairing DNA damage. DNA polymerase first, as shown in the diagram, that small fragment having 5 days, 3 days exonuclease activity, and large fragment called Clunow fragment having DNA polymerization and 3 days, 5 days exonuclease activity. DNA polymerase second, it is temporarily functional. When DNA polymerase first and third are not functional, still capable for doing synthesis on the damaged templates, participates in DNA repair process only. Then DNA polymerase third, it is heterodimer enzyme composed of 10 different subunits having the highest polymerization activity, 10 to the power 5 nucleotide per minute. The true enzyme responsible for the elongation process. Here the DNA polymerase third has been shown how alpha, beta, gamma cores are shown, and the DNA B helicase is attached with it. Nucleotides are always added to the growing strand of the 3 days end, and the end on which DNA strand has free OH group on the 3 days carbon of terminal deoxyribose. So always new nucleotide is inserted at 3 days end, and the direction of synthesis is always 5 days, 3 days. RNA polymerase is also called as DNA G. Primase is able to synthesize primer using free NTPs as the substrate and the single-stranded DNA as the template. Primers are short RNA fragments of several nucleotides long or get attached at the single-stranded DNA template for the further deposition of DNA nucleotide on that particular RNA primer. DNA template, then first a small piece of RNA primer is synthesized, and it acts as a base for the new DNA is to be formed. Here in this slide it has been shown that first there is synthesis of RNA primer by primase or RNA polymerase enzyme, and then DNA polymerase third comes and it forms new DNA on RNA primer. Primers provides free 3OH group to the react to with the alpha p atom of DNTP to form phosphodiester bond. Primase DNA B, DNA C and origin form a primosome complex at the initiation phase. Helicase, it is also referred as DNA B. It opens the double-stranded DNA with the consuming ATP. Opening process with assistance of DNA and DNA C. Helicase enzyme is responsible for the removing or to opening the strands of DNA. SSB protein, when DNA strands are separated by helicase enzyme, by cutting the hydrogen bonds between them, the strands become separate. On those strands which are single-stranded are binded by some special type of proteins called as SSB protein. SSB protein maintains the DNA template in the single-strand form to prevent the double-strand DNA formation, that they should not be coiled again and form double-stranded, protect the vulnerable single-strand DNA from nucleases, or they may not be damaged by nucleases. So they keep binding the DNA strands for SFD. DNA gyrase or topoisomerase enzyme, it cuts phosphodiester bonds on both strands of double strand DNA, releases the supercoil constraint and reforms the phosphodiester bond. So we can see here the release of torsion or tension from the DNA strands already separated is done by DNA gyrase enzyme. It can change double strand DNA into the negative supercoil state with the consumption of ATP. The diagram here shown is the DNA ligase enzyme. DNA ligase enzyme helps in the ligation of DNA or the DNA molecules which are formed on the template strands are healed and being sealed by DNA ligase enzyme connected to adjacent single stranded DNA strands by joining the 3 OH of one DNA to the 5 days for POP of another DNA strand, sealing the nick in the process of replication, repairing, recombination and splicing. So basically the function of sealing of DNA is done by DNA ligase enzyme. The replication fidelity, replication based on the principle of base pairing is crucial to the high accuracy of the genetic information transfer. Enzymes use two mechanisms to ensure replication fidelity: proofreading and real-time correction, and second is base selection. So the replication fidelity is also very important during the process of replication. Proofreading and correction, DNA polymerase first has the function to correct the mismatched nucleotide. By proofreading, it identifies the mismatched nucleotide, removes it, and by using 3 days, 5 days exonuclease activity and add correct nucleotide and continues the replication so that there should be no error in the DNA strand formed newly. The process of DNA replication completes in 3 phases. First is initiation, second is elongation, and third is termination. First, initiation occurs at the origin of replication, separates double-stranded DNA, primer synthesis is there. Second is elongation, involves the addition of new nucleotides, DNTPs, based on the complementarity of the template strand, forms phosphodiester bonds, correct the mismatched bases, extending the DNA strand. Termination stops the process of DNA replication at the specific termination site. Here genome of E. coli is shown and how the origin site where replication starts has been also shown as a point here. Initiation, the replication starts at a particular point called as origin of replication, or it is called as the ori site. The structure of origin is 248 base pair long, and a point where replication starts is called as point of initiation. Then here on the point of initiation, pre-primosome is formed, and the pre-primosome is a basic requirement for the DNA polymerase to work, and therefore at that point firstly the primase enzyme, or you can say the RNA polymerase enzyme, forms a small piece of RNA which is called as RNA primer, which acts as the base for the DNA polymerase to work on it. The origin of replication is a site where DNA synthesis starts on the parental strand. There is a point from where replication starts is called as origin of replication. Here replication complex is formed, and this particular DNA loop is opened, and the bonds between them is breakdown, and two strands get separated, and formation of replication fork is there. DNA A recognizes origin of replication, DNA B, that is helicase, and DNA C joins the DNA and DNA A complex, open the local AT region and move at the template downstream further to separate enough space. DNA is replaced gradually, and when both the strands are separated, single strand binding protein binds the uh, that is single stranded DNA to stabilize that DNA so that it should not be coiled again. Here in the diagram we can see how the replication fork is formed and primase enzyme synthesizes the primer. On this primer DNA is formed in 5 days 3 days direction. DNA synthesis is always in 5 days 3 days direction. On the leading strand, the DNA strand, there is always continuous synthesis of DNA, whereas on lagging strand DNA is synthesized in small pieces, and Okazaki in 1962-68 discovered this process, and such fragments are called as Okazaki fragments, which are formed on the lagging strand. Firstly, when initiation starts, RNA primer enzyme form the RNA primer, then the process of DNA polymerase third starts. DNA polymerase third reaches at the RNA primer and it added nucleotide phosphates, DNA nucleotide phosphates continuously on the primer on the basis of the complementary strand nucleotides whatever present on the template strand. The core enzyme catalyzes the synthesis of leading and lagging strand respectively. The nature of chain elongation is the series formation of the phosphodiester bond between two nucleotides, and this process of gradual elongation continues and the DNA strand gets separated regularly, and this process of elongation continues for a long. Still the end point is not reached. RNA primers on Okazaki fragments are digested by the enzyme RNase. The gaps are filled by DNA polymerase first in the 5 days 3 days direction. The nick between 5 days end of one fragment and the 3 days end of the next fragment is sealed by DNA ligase enzyme. The Okazaki fragments, many DNA fragments are synthesized sequentially on the DNA template strand having the 5 days end. The DNA fragments formed on lagging strands are called as Okazaki fragments. They are 1000 to 2000 nucleotide long in prokaryotes and 100 to 150 nucleotide long in eukaryotes. The daughter strand consisting of Okazaki fragment is called as lagging strand. The DNA replication forks continues. The movement of fork is continues till a last nucleotide is reached, and these forks become wider and wider, and finally the end point is produced where DNA polymerase reaches at the end. We can see here in the diagram that how long chain of DNA is formed, and finally the third stage, that is termination process, is reached at the last. The replication of E. coli is bidirectional from one region, and the two replication forks must meet at one point called at 32. All the primers will be removed and all the fragments will be connected by DNA polymerase first and DNA ligase enzyme, and all of the DNA strands become double stranded, the template strands which are duplicated, and the termination process is achieved. And finally we got the two strands of DNA by replication process. Thank you.